This person, of course, it's a Florida man because, yeah, it's a Florida man. Well, he ended up in the hospital with a chunk torn out of his leg. Why? Because he mistook a very dangerous animal for what he thought was a cute pup on a leash. Yeah, for real. So per The Guardian, authorities in the state of Florida said that the encounter began in the early hours of the morning after a man near a motel in Northport spotted what he thought was a dog in the bushes. The man noticed the dark figure moving along the bushes and believed it was a dog with a long leash, said Sarasota County Sheriff's spokesman Douglas Johnson in a statement reported by NBC News. Yeah, because you live in Florida, and so the only thing that could be creeping around in the dark in a bush definitely has to be a puppy. And the man didn't realize that it wasn't. No, it wasn't. It was actually an alligator. Yeah, because they have those in Florida, so I heard. So he attempted to get away at that point and felt the alligator rip a chunk of his muscle tissue off. Egg. That was according to Sarasota County Sheriff spokesperson Douglas Johnson. Now, thankfully, this story has a happy ending, if there can be one. The man was taken to a hospital where he was treated for his wounds, and the alligator was captured and taken to a local farm. The victim has been released from the hospital and is expected to make a full recovery. Aww. But I'm just dying to know how you are gonna mix up a pup for a massive, armored, murderous lizard creature thingy. Yeah, it's just like Florida man often operating without any common sense, and now definitely gonna be limping for a bit, but I am glad that he is okay. I just hope he exercises better judgment moving forward, especially while living in Florida. Jack.
So first of all, puppies can be dangerous. I had a run-in with a puppy that I'll tell you about in a second, okay? Second of all, I don't know what's going on in Florida, man. I mean, it really is amazing. Because it's not like we don't have other states that have got issues. Almost like, I mean, do I have to say Alabama? Are you gonna make me say it, right? Okay, so but what is it about Florida? Like, it's literally at least half the stories, but it's way more than that are crazy come out of Florida. So, I mean, in America, there's a thing called because Florida. Okay, it's just 1 out of 50 states, right? So anyway, now the alligator, I have to clarify, was 7 feet. It's 7 feet long, right?
Are you kidding?
I mean, how do you confuse a 7-foot alligator with a dog or a puppy on a long leash? That's amazing. What is this guy, Mr. Magoo? He's got a mansion and a yacht, but he can't see. Okay, imagine if it was that. Okay, so now I know you're dying to hear my run-in with I don't remember if it was actually a puppy or a dog, but you should be wary of those too. So back to New Jersey, we were talking about it earlier in the show. I was jogging in Jersey a while back, and there was a cute dog on a leash, and it's one of those kind of leashes that extend further out, you know. And so they're kind of wiry, plastic, right? And so the dog was like, oh, cool, human. And then so it starts running around me and I'm like, oh, cool, nice dog. And then it runs again and it makes a loop. And meanwhile, the leash keeps coming out and it wrapped around my leg, okay? And then it cut that bejesus out of my leg. And I was like, oh my God, what are you, an alligator? Okay, all of a sudden there's a chunk of my leg missing. So be careful out there, whether it's alligators or puppies.
Ask, yeah. How old were you when this happened? If you say 35, it's time for us to go. It is. It's a wrap. I can't do these things.
Yeah, now you're telling me I should have jogged around the leash? Is that what you're gonna say?
Well, you should realize that when the animal, which is connected to a line, a string of some way, starts to come around you, that the string is coming with it. And then,
yeah.
Like there will be consequences.
Adrian, it happens so fast.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know how to react.
And the thing is, I know it was last week, the way you talking, it's okay. And I grew up in a place in Northern California in El Dorado County where we had rattlers and tarantula, scorpions, a lot of like more reptile things and mountain lions and things that were really dangerous. So I didn't have the benefit of your puppy experience, but I definitely would avoid alligators at any potential. And if I lived anywhere where there were alligators, I would assume it's always an alligator until proven otherwise. So I still don't understand this Florida man thinking what? It must be a mastiff in a bush in the middle of the night. Let me check in on it. Like, what's going on with these people?
Yeah, and finally, I'd like to remind people that animals are animals. I know we often play the sound clip, animals are innocent. And sure, generally speaking, they are. But it's not their fault that they have animal instincts. They're animals. So people often make the mistake of saying, oh, well, that bear is so cute. Not when he's got your head in his mouth. Okay, so it's not their fault that they would like to eat your eyeballs, but that's because they're a bear, they're an alligator. That's kind of what they do. So don't try to pet a scorpion. They might be innocent, but they're not necessarily your friends. Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.